Okay, so I'm Keri Glassman, registered dietitian, like I just mentioned. If you don't know who I am, I'm super excited about today's webinar. I am founder of Nutritious Life and the Nutritious Life Studio. I've been a registered dietitian for over 15 years, and I'm really, really excited about our incredible special guest today. So Kate Turner, who I'll give you a little bit of a better, I will give you more of a background in a second, but Kate Turner is joining us today, and Kate is Nutritious Life, yeah, hi Kate, is a registered dietitian and a trainer and is Nutritious Life certified. So she's also doing an incredible job right now with her business, and I thought she would be the perfect person to chat with me and chat with all of you about how she is doing such a good job right now in the time we are in the world. So first of all, I should have actually just started with that. I wanted to say to everybody, I obviously, I feel like I've been saying this so many times. I feel like I'm just saying it over and over, but of course, I just hope everybody is safe and healthy and, you know, doing the best they possibly can in this situation. It's such an unusual situation right now but we've been now in this unusual situation that it's almost feels like this new normal. So yeah, I almost feel like that kind of goes without saying. But again, I hope you're all safe and healthy, and I hope that you're all doing whatever you need to be doing to just feel your best right now. And if that's being really proactive and taking charge of things and getting things done, great. And if it means just slowing down and getting nothing accomplished and just sleeping and, you know, being good to yourself and meditating or resting or Netflixing, if that's what's making you feel good, that's okay too. I just hope you're taking care of yourself in the way that you feel you need to be. So most of you, I'm sure, are wellness professionals in some way, shape, or form. I think that's why you're probably here with us right now. So we are gonna get started on this topic. So Emily, if you can start to share those slides. Emily. Oh, and I also wanted to mention Emily Merklin, our community manager, is on right now as well. And she will also be, so she's handling the technology here, and she will also be around to ask questions. So if you have questions, you can absolutely ask them in the chat, and we will be answering them throughout. So definitely talk with us here. But I am just waiting for Emily to start sharing those slides. Maybe we're having a little bit of an issue here. Emily?
Hi everyone. Yep, it's Emily. So as Keri said, I'm the community coordinator for TNS. So thank you guys for joining on this webinar. We really appreciate it. And our slides are just loading up here. Sorry, it just had a little bit of a stall when we started.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I was just making sure you're there. So all good. And yeah, and I just want to make sure that people can see the chat. Emily, it looks like I'm not seeing the chat, so I just want to make sure. Emily will be there answering questions, whatever, but if there's questions you want, Emily, you see that you want us to, we want to answer live here, can you just please throw them out to us, Kate and I, so we make sure we answer them, because I'm not seeing them. I don't know if you will, Kate.
Yes, I'll be able to let you guys know what people are asking there.
Okay, and just once you get the slides going, please just shut off your mic too so we don't have the feedback.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, you know what? While we're waiting for these slides, while we're waiting for these slides, Kate, why don't you, I gave a little bit of a background, and I just was saying how you're a registered dietitian, you are a personal trainer, you have your own business, you also have another job, and you're doing an incredible job right now with both of your jobs. Why don't you just give a teeny bit of a background while we're waiting here?
Yep. Okay, so yes, I've been a registered dietitian for just about a little over 5 years now. During that time, I also became a personal trainer. Actually, Keri and I were just talking about, I did a small stint at culinary school to have a little bit of that background, and then became Nutritious Life certified. So I work full-time for a supplement company out here in California. But my job is very flexible in that I work a few days from home, go to the office. Obviously right now I'm fully working from home. And then about, 2.5 to 3 years ago, I started Live Well with Kate, which was my private consulting platform. It's still developing, and I'm still developing a lot of new programs. I used to take, just a little background too, I used to take insurance before I started my business when I was living in Philadelphia. And then when I moved out to California, I switched all over to self-pay and do complete telehealth now, which I love. And that was a big jump for me. I was scared that if I switched over to self-pay, I'd have no clients at all. And then I realized actually I probably have more clients and people are willing to pay for your expertise. So that's something I always want to share because that was a huge jump for me. So I do balance, between my personal clients and my full-time job. And I find best for me is just keeping, I have a limit on how many clients I'll take at a time and then just keep a wait list. And it seems to work well. But that's just a little bit on my background.
Yeah, you're doing such a fantastic job. You are really, and I remember when I met you at our masterclass in LA, I remember thinking like, wow, this woman is just doing like everything that, someone should and would want to be doing in this field. Like you are just crushing it. And yeah, you've really, and since then, I mean, that was a few years ago now, I know you've just continue to build and do so much. So it's super impressive. Yes, as I feel like I'm like bragging, like my Nutritious Life certified superstar.
Thanks.
Anyway,
I know, and yeah.
No, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say one other thing that I know, or I found I was struggling with, and a lot of other people. I had so many people telling me like, you have to leave your full-time job to really dive into your business and make your business work. Yeah. And I just didn't feel comfortable at that point. I also liked my other job, and I've found at least having that, that consistent paycheck along with actually and helps fund some parts of my business. It's nice. So no, too, like you don't have to leave your full-time job, or you can slowly build up your business. Yes, one day I would love to and just be running my business, but that was, a lot of people have said you have to leave your full-time job, and I found it actually has been better for me to not.
Well, I think you made two really good points. Well, one, first of all, that you can also use your job, your regular income, to fund not just your life, but your next business, your other business. So
yeah, exactly.
Your own business, I should say. So that's like incredible, but also you can do it in a balanced way. It doesn't have to be, I think some people also think, well, if I don't, I can do it, but I'm just going to be stretched so thin all the time. And you can still have some, I know the word balance is sometimes overused, but you can still have some balance. Like you just said before, you have a wait list and you're confident being able to do that because like you do have your steady job. So you really not only are doing both, but are doing both in a really great way where you're maximizing the financial side of it and you're also balancing it really well.
All right, thank you guys for waiting for that. We're all set with the slides, so I will go.
Perfect. Okay, so slides up. Okay, so now, okay, great. And I can see all questions.
Sorry, Keri, I think it booted me off
for a second. Okay. Well, I think we're all ready to go now, but now we're all good. We've got slides up there. We've got questions over here. We've got lots of people on here. We know your story. You're a rock star. We're going to get going.
Perfect.
Okay, amazing. So now to really get started here. So the reason we wanted to talk about the topic today, avoiding disruption in your practice during this disruptive time, is because so many of you have been emailing or messaging or, we've been hearing from you, seeing you on social, that many people are motivated and excited about their career and wellness right now, but also, worried and stressed, like most people are worried and stressed about many things in their life right now. And as you can already tell, Kate is doing a fabulous job in so many areas, not just in her life before this, but also during this time. So I thought she would be a great person to chat with. So moving along, we already just heard about Kate, so we can move past there now. But and as we've already kind of mentioned, people really need us now. As I've said, already, it is a crazy, very strange time in the world. And people are feeling everything from stress to energetic, to, calm and slow down, to nervous and irritable. I mean, people are feeling every kind of feeling, right? But people really need us. They need wellness professionals right now to help with nutrition, of course, to be just healthier. Everyone wants to be healthier now. Most people want to be healthy all the time, but people are really focused on their nutrition right now. But people also want to change their mindset around food and exercise. And we've also seen a lot of that where some people are, saying how they've just been binging, and other people say, I've got so much more time now to focus on fueling myself properly because I'm in the kitchen cooking more. So people are just really, I think, open-minded right now also to changing their mindset. And I think that's really where we all have a role to play as well.
And that's, Keri, like, just to jump in, I found with my clients, I've had to adjust in the sense, like we're talking about, yeah, a lot of people are stressed, especially like that first week of lockdown. It was craziness. And I had so many clients who were so nervous, like, I've made all this progress. What am I going to do now? I mean, how am I going to work out? How am I still going to eat healthy? Which luckily, workout wise, so many people are offering great videos. And so that didn't seem so much as an issue, but around food it was, because also, right, like we want comfort, which I know we'll talk about later. And we want, things that are going to make us feel good. And so there was this fear with a lot of clients, like, is my nutrition just going to get completely thrown off because I'm feeling a certain way? So it actually I looked at it as an opportunity of, this is a great time, we're going to work through mindset throughout working together, but let's really focus on it now. Like, let's make that the number one, habit and focus. And that's what I found is like just trying to make, maybe during those times when they're like, their schedule was so crazy and they're going to work and then they're running to a workout class and they're not getting home till 8:30 at night to finally make dinner. It's like, well, now I got you home. Right. So now all those habits that we were talking about, like maybe reading a bit more that helps you de-stress, we're going to focus on those. So that's
right. And I think that's great. I mean, because I think there are a lot of, I've been talking a lot about this with people personally and professionally. There are, as much as the world is, obviously there's so many sad things going on right now, there are silver linings here. And those are some of the silver linings, because I do believe that some of those changes that people make now, they will be able to bring with them when life goes, I don't even want to say back to normal, because I don't think it's going back to normal. It's going back, it's going to the next normal, whatever the next normal is. And back to, as we evolve through this period, I think people are going to be able to bring with them many of these changes, whether or not it's, a meditation practice or cooking more or spending more time with their children. Like, people are going to bring these things with them. So Emily, we can move on. Yeah. So sorry. So right now we have, as we were just saying, like you kind of were just saying this, like we have this opportunity to provide amazing, help and education right now. And along with that is also, valuable content for people right now. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of workout content. There's also a lot of food content out there. And that is one area where all of us right now, regardless of what is going on with our business, we can, regardless if you're seeing people right now, or you're not seeing clients, or you're building a workout program, or you're not, like whatever's going on, we can still, or even if it's part of your job has slowed down, or if you're not generating revenue right now, whatever's going on, we can all right now provide valuable content. The world needs our information. And every single one of you, if you are a wellness professional out there, the world needs you. The world needs your information. The world needs, you have something to give the world. You have valuable content. You have information that can help people. And so just really digging into like your like why you got into this field in the first place, or why you want to get into this field in the first place, and digging into that, like really searching for that. Like, why do I like doing this? Because I like helping people. And that is really just, it's inspiring for yourself, and it's energizing, but it's also like, you'll do good with that. So anyway,
I was saying to Keri before when we were chatting, like, this time is actually giving me so much more energy and wanting to help more people. And I think Keri brought up a good point. If right now, say work is slow for you, if you're an in-person personal trainer and you don't, you're not seeing clients and things are low, but this is a time where just providing your free, valuable content, in the end, when we go to our next new normal, you will gain more clients.
Absolutely.
And so that's trying to look at it as like any information you can provide for people, it will come back full circle for you too.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with you. I think that is really, it's such a valuable point. And it is just a way, like you said, you feel energized like that. I too feel energized like that. And I think that if you're not feeling energized like that, it's just something to kind of, again, like tap into. So, all right, so let's get started here with, you are going to give us a nice little lecture here on this exact topic, starting with part 1, showing up for your clients. So chat with us here about that.
So I think one of the biggest things for me, and I've seen just helping my clients, and luckily, you know, I have this great energy now, but honestly, week 1 was tough, especially navigating, you know, how, you know, my full-time job was transitioning and also my business and things like that. But one thing I made sure of, and what actually got me to this point to have extra energy, was making sure to show up for my clients. And with that said, also changing, right? Like I'm not going to do my standard counseling or my standard talks with them. It was also like, what do I have to change to meet them where they are right now? Which obviously we should always be doing, but especially in a time like this where it is so sensitive. So like I was talking about earlier, one of the things, and I'm a huge foodie, and one thing I always want my clients to love is the food they're eating. I always want them to be enjoying. But right now we have a whole other level, right? We want comfort. We want satisfying meals, like soul satisfying. You know, we're all looking for that. So that's one thing I've been trying to work with my clients with is, how satisfying was that meal to you? How comforting did that make you feel? I do like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with, I do use the Healthy app, which my clients upload their meals and their workouts. And what I love about the app is when they upload a meal or a snack or whatever they're doing, they have to tell me their mood. They have to tell me their hunger levels before and after and their mood. And so I've been really focusing on that mood part to see how things are, you know, playing out and where I can offer, you know, better counseling for them or just better tips. But this is a great time. You know, I've been encouraging people who, again, maybe didn't have a lot of time before. I have a few clients that are CEOs, and you know, some they joke, but they're like, I take conference calls in the bath. Like I can't even shower because I don't have time. And so now they actually do have a bit more time. And so maybe those recipes that they had been wanting to make, right? Or they had saved a while ago, trying to tell them like, okay, dive into that. Or, you know, if you're looking for, that Chinese food satisfaction, maybe see before you know, go order it, see if there is a recipe that you can make together with your family. Just things like that will also, they'll be comforting food wise, but they're still going to be healthy for you and keep your body functioning. But just educating them on that and making sure, you know, we're hitting those points. And then also having multiple check-ins. So the way I run my business is anytime a client needs per week, like a 15-minute just quick phone call, whether it's a pick me up, just to quickly chat about something, they always are allowed to. And some do it pretty frequently and some don't. But what now I've been doing is every week I'm calling you. I mean, we're talking throughout the day through their app when they upload things, but I'm making the point to know I'm going to check in with you because, and it's usually now, it's not even a check-in about food or anything. It's just, how's it going? How are you doing? How's this transition been for you? I've had some clients who were unfortunately laid off from their jobs. I have some who are teachers and now they're doing these virtual classrooms, and more so just it's like a wellness mindset check-in, which is, like I said before, really how I've shifted. We're focusing on mindset and habits to reduce stress. And like Keri said, I'm really hoping that they take these with them to their new normal, because it's things we were working on before that it was a lot more difficult for them. So
yeah. And I think something else you were saying, like, you know, not only can people, like what we were both saying, not only can they bring some of these, you know, new behaviors into their, you know, next new normal, but also it's a reminder for us as practitioners to bring some of this into our new normal. Mm-hmm. Like you're talking about, you know, helping clients find ways to bring comfort and satisfaction to their meals, which I'm sure is something you always have worked on, right? But maybe you're working on it at another level right now. And maybe there's other people out there that are working with people that need to, there's something else like that they need to tap into more with their clients that maybe they weren't tapping into as much. So it could be if something else is going on with the world, or if somebody's like feeling, I don't know, anxiety around eating. Maybe they weren't focusing enough on that emotion around food because they were very focused on, as a practitioner, like telling them what to eat as opposed, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like for people as practitioners, as wellness coaches, like very often, you know, people get set in their ways of coaching. And it's a good reminder, like this time period has forced us to, and, you know, forced like you're focusing a little bit more on that comfort and satisfaction thing. So as a practitioner, you can think, you know, what do I do with my clients that maybe I need to take a step back and tap into something a little bit different, or tap into their unique specific need now. And that's something we can all bring with us, you know, as we move forward. And the same thing as the check-ins. Maybe that's something where, again, like we're all really busy in our lives. So we have a little more time right now. So maybe you're doing more check-ins, but maybe someone out there can bring that with them. I'm going to do more check-ins. I'm going to be a little bit more connected to my clients when I get through this. And right now is a great time to practice that. So I love these points, Kate. Great.
That's so true, Keri. I have felt like this time has given me an opportunity to be more connected with my clients, right, and know them on another level, which obviously, I mean, I will say most of my business, and there's such a powerful thing with being connected to your clients and really building such a great relationship, because I would say majority of my clients are all word of mouth.
Yeah.
And they grow each year, and it's so powerful.
It's so funny. That's like one of the things in the Nutritious Life Studio. I don't know if you remember, but I would talk about a seed, a client, like a seed. When you do an amazing job with that client, they then refer, you know, there's those certain clients that are like those seeds that then refer somebody else, that refers somebody else, that refers somebody else. And it's like, they started this whole tree for you. And it's all about, you know, nurturing that person and really, and being connected with them, like you said. So great tips.
Exactly. All right, so building your community, and if you'll go to the next slide, let me see. So I've been looking at this too as just a great opportunity to bring together my community on different levels of one. So between my clients, they all still have, you know, their privacy, but I've asked if some want to share tips they've done or things they've learned or de-stressors they've done, and they stay anonymous, but it's just built somewhat of a community within them. And then also just through Instagram, if any of you do or will follow me, I'm pretty bad at posting. I don't post very often. It takes too much time for me, but stories is like where it's at for me. And I found just giving out daily tips. So like we were talking about earlier, like we all have valuable information to give, and just those little tips, I've gotten so many messages back, like, you know, just your positivity. I'm constantly watching and wanting to learn, and it's making me want to be positive, because there's also a lot of negative information out there, and not that rightfully so. Like everyone has, you know, you have permission to feel how you want to feel, but if we can shed some positivity during this, it's really powerful too. I mean, that's one thing, like just building your community. And again, it will come full circle, even if your business is down right now. But taking this time to build that community, feeling connected, and building deeper relationships. You know, there's so many relationships I've had where someone's, you know, sent the first DM of, oh, this made me so happy, and responded. And then we start this conversation, and then they either become a client or they're actually looking to get in the wellness field, and we end up hopping on a call and helping them there. So, and that's actually one thing too, is when people do comment or message you, give them a real response back.
Yeah.
You know, don't just like it. You know, sometimes that's what's warranted. But if it's a new person that has never commented on any of your stuff before, give them a little bit more, because we usually get a lot more in return.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I want to comment on that you're saying, that you said you don't really post that often. I actually want to bring that up as a good point, because I think some people feel, especially in this field, like they have to be posting a certain
Yeah.
amount, they have to be doing, they pressure themselves to do that, when it's like, look at you, you have this amazing job and this amazing other business, and you're thriving without doing all of that. And you're like, yeah, I don't post that often, which is great because you're busy doing all the other stuff right. And it's like, it's more, sometimes I think people get stressed about the posting and forget about the stuff like the connecting. Better to connect on your DMs less often, but in a more, in a real way, than to worry about just a post, a post, a post. So I'm really happy you brought up that point. And then bringing the community together. Another thing you just reminded me of, we've been doing more Zoom chats since all this happened with our Nutritious Life Studio community. And one thing that somebody said on that chat when we were actually talking about this a little bit, was that we were talking about ways that people have shifted their businesses right now. And somebody had said, that they don't do a lot of social media. They have a private practice, a private health coaching business. But now they started doing Facebook, and they started a private Facebook group for all of their clients, and they had never done it before. And it's like this full connection. And she's like, I don't even know business 100%, of course, is going to come from it. I don't know right now, but I feel so good with the information I'm giving. And now these people are connecting and they're helping each other. And I know I was like, I can pretty much guarantee you that is going to be business in the future. But even if it's not, you're doing an amazing job. You're doing what you were meant to do. You are helping people and people are benefiting from you. So I think, that point of doing that and just diving into that deeper right now, the community and connection, it's like, I don't think we can emphasize that enough. It is so important.
Yeah. And please don't ever tell yourself, oh, well, I don't have enough followers, or only 30 people watched my story, I'm not making a difference, I should stop, because that grows, right? Even for me, I can't even tell you how many followers I have, but I have under 2,000. I don't have some crazy number, but I will say I get pretty close to that on my story views, which is
right.
Most, you know what I mean? You can, for a lot of people, you don't realize they may have 60,000 followers and they're getting maybe 500 views, or it's quality. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, it matters that you keep putting out valuable content and people will come, because maybe those 30 views or 30 likes, they each tell 5 of their friends, hey, you should go follow this person.
Right.
And then you're just connecting to more and more people. So please don't ever let that stop you from sharing valuable information. It used to get me a little stuck, but now I realize, oh, hey, you can still have a thriving business. And you don't have to have a lot of followers or yeah.
That's another thing I tell all of our students is that think about, for most of us, if you do have an actual real life business, not just on social, if you're actually seeing clients, whether it's virtually or in person or not, whatever it is, if you have another business other than doing social and getting paid for social, okay, because some people do that and that's okay, for sure. But if you have another business, you want to think of the social component as just helping your actual business or reflecting the business, but don't necessarily pressure yourself with it to be the business. It's just reflecting the business. But like you said, so yours is a perfect example of it's reflecting your business, but it's certainly not your business. Your business is all of these other amazing things you're doing. So anyway, great points. Okay. So what do we have next?
Okay. So telehealth, and if you'll go to the next slide, Emily, I think that'll, okay. So when I actually just did a webinar, with some of the Nutritious Life girls about telehealth. And what we were really talking about is, and whether you're on here and you see people in person, via telehealth, I'll just give you a little bit of background how it's worked for me. And like I said, I used to only see clients in person and take insurance. And then when we moved out here, I completely switched to online and self-pay. But what this has really showed me is how sustainable telehealth is. So I realized unless we had a blackout, so there was no internet, obviously it wouldn't work. But I mean, this is a pretty serious situation. And unfortunately, we've seen so many businesses that are struggling and not able to continue on. Knock on wood, and I feel very grateful. This hasn't negatively affected my business at all. Actually, my clients have more time to meet, so we've been meeting maybe a bit more, but it's a great sustainable long-term business plan. And also for me, I think it's very affordable too. So if it does help, and I shared this on our other webinar, there are a lot of platforms out there. I personally use the platform Healthy. I love it. One of the reasons, like we talked about earlier, was the questions that you can have your clients have to answer when they put in a meal or a workout, like their mood, their hunger levels, things like that. But it's, to me, completely changed my practice. I find that a lot of people, it's actually easier for them because they don't have to take the time to go drive to an office. Some people still love the in-person connection, and I do find that some are hesitant. I always do a free 15-minute call before working with someone, one to see basically if we're good for each other. So I'm interviewing them as much as they're interviewing me, and we'll do it via telehealth so they can get an idea of what it would be like. And I had one client who was very skeptical. She liked like going into a doctor's office, seeing people face to face, and she realized it just saved her more time. She still felt the same connection because we were able to see each other.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing with it, is being able to still feel that connection. I mean, even right now, I can still feel that connection with you, Keri, just by seeing you.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that this might be one of those silver linings to come from this, that telehealth was already on the rise. And I think that telehealth, and not just in the nutrition and, wellness and fitness world, but also, all telehealth, I think obviously, like, it was already, like I said, on the rise, and people are utilizing it more right now. But I do think, again, it's going to be one of those silver linings for our specific area that I think really does just continue to grow and people take with them, because again, it's more affordable for many people from a business perspective, but then on the client side too, it's more affordable in the sense that it takes less time out of their day. They can pop out of a meeting, get onto telehealth, do their nutrition appointment, and go right back to work. And there are so many benefits to it, and there's so many ways to do it now. So I think it's a it's a very good point. And I think the fact that you were already doing it probably made it easier for you to continue to grow that area right now. But everybody, they can start that way. They can transition into that. They can do part real life, part telehealth. Like, there's a lot of things that we can do right now. And
it's great too, like you were saying, you can just reach so many more people. Like, I have a client in Mexico right now.
Right.
I've had clients all over the country, and that's what I love, is that there's no limit to how many people you can reach in what area they're in.
Yeah, that also points to the fact that, like, the world needs a lot more people like you, like I, like people watching. Again, I don't know everybody that's watching right now, but assuming if you are in the wellness world or you want to dive in, like, that's the thing too. Like, the world needs us, and the world needs you, and the world is your oyster, which is really very cool.
Even I was thinking, like, for trainers, if you're not doing, you could use telehealth to have some of your consults with people. But then also seeing how much, I'm seeing people thrive off of all of these at-home workouts, and even just their trainers sending them videos for them to do. So we're talking about telehealth right now, but just any type of video communication, I think, is really powerful, and you can just reach so many more people.
Right. Even on our Zoom call with the Nutritious Studio the other day, we had one of our alum from Italy was on. And obviously that wasn't telehealth, that was a community chat. But the point is, it's amazing what you can do through, obviously, things like this right now.
Exactly.
So anyway, these are awesome tips. I really appreciate it. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you, Keri. And so this was my, I think it's my last point, if I remember correctly. But I just want to remind everyone on here, as much as we're helping people, we have to help ourselves. Because if we don't actually show up for ourselves and do all the things we're telling our clients to do, one, it won't come off as genuine. And also when your clients see and hear you doing the things that you're suggesting to them or in your own way doing it, it's so inspiring. Like Kara saying, you kind of like, you plant this seed with them and maybe they don't get there right away. But just making sure to like take the time for yourself. I mean, even for me, it took a little bit. Like the first week, I will say, was crazy for me. And I was like, how am I going to adjust? But, come now, I've actually found I've been enjoying myself, but making sure I'm doing all the things that I need so I can be the best for my clients. For me, that's like a morning walk. I've started journaling a bit, which has helped a lot. Making sure like I'm eating good food and actually reading has been one. I can't remember another time where I actually had the time to read, a chapter a day, but just taking the time for myself to unwind, it's been able to help me help my clients so much more. And they feel your energy too. So if you're not really helping yourself out and taking care of yourself and you're frantic, they're going to feel that energy. But if you're calm and you're doing all the good things for yourself that you're telling them to do, they will feel that.
And I also think on that point too, it's like, because if you are coaching people, whoever's out here right now watching, if you are already coaching and you're giving, like, it takes a lot out of you. It's emotional. I mean, you give a lot of yourself when you coach people. So when you're working with people and you're giving a lot like that, you have to have a lot of that energy. And so if you right now showing up for yourself could mean seeing less people, taking on less things. Maybe you are busy right now and you are seeing a lot of people but it's too much for what you can handle emotionally right now. So maybe you need to cut back. It's just another side of it, because you need to take a little more time for yourself. And that is absolutely okay. And you might need to set new types of boundaries with clients or, with other people in your life, but you need to do what you need to do for yourself to stay, the healthiest you can be. So when you do show up for your clients, you've shown up for yourself, so you can, like you said, show up for your clients.
No, and that's such a good point, Keri, because I feel like when I started my business, it was like anyone that wanted to work with me, I'm saying yes, right? Like I'm going to take on as many people as I can because that's what I should do. And I realized, one, it drained me energy wise. And two, I wasn't able to be there as much for all of my clients when I didn't have a limit. And now I have a limit, and then there's a wait list there, and it hasn't negatively affected my business. It's actually only helped because I have more energy. I feel better about it.
Probably do a better job. Right. You're happier
and they get more out of it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. So before we go on to one more, a couple more points when we wrap up here, we review this and then we give you a little bit of info. I want to just ask if anybody has questions, definitely, throw them into the chat right now. Kate and I can both answer them for a little bit, and we'd love to help you if you have any questions. Obviously, go ahead, throw them here. And if you remember some later on and you want to ask, you can of course follow Kate on Instagram and DM her. And then Kate, tell everybody your Instagram quick.
It's just Kate Turner and then _RD.
Okay, perfect. And you can find us at Nutritious Life Official or the Nutritious Life Studio on Instagram. You can message us there, of course, too, if you have questions later on. But yeah, these points are amazing. So let's go through them. I'll go through them. You can go through them once, actually. Why don't you just wrap up for people?
Okay, cool. So we talked a lot about showing up for your clients, right? So, and which with our last point, showing up for yourself so you can show up for them, and building that community. So like I said, one thing that I added in was I was definitely, I'm calling my clients at least once a week, even though we talk daily through an app. That's been super helpful. And also, adjusting yourself and your business to what's going on around you. If I had just continued my normal coaching or what, maybe our next call was supposed to be about healthier snacking and just completely avoided what was going on, that's not going to help them. So making sure you adjust. And for me, that's been more so mindset, and ways to decrease stress. And then embracing telehealth. So if you haven't tried it, I promise it's not scary. And like I said, a lot of those platforms, I saw someone put in the chat, what was the Healthy app. So yeah, it's Healthy with an IE. But a lot of these platforms are great. I mean, they'll do like a lot of your back end work. They have calendars, they send reminders out to your clients. And to give you a price point for Healthy, I believe it's about $80 a month. And there's different tiers depending on the size of your business. But it's not, if you've been scared to jump into telehealth, I promise it's not scary. You'll actually realize how easy it is. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Keep showing up for yourself, for your clients. And if you haven't done the Nutritious Life certification, I highly recommend it. And one of the main reasons being, oh, thanks, Emily. One of the main reasons being, for me at least, was the community I found. So I was actually telling Keri this morning, Alyssa from Alyssa Pooling Fitness, who is also NL certified, she had contacted me a couple weeks ago. She was featuring different wellness professionals on her page and on her blog, and asked if I could fill out a few questions. It went live this morning, which coincidentally, but that's just an example of the community you build. I mean, the amount of support I've gotten and been able to give to all these people I've made connections with. I will suggest too, if you do the certification, going to the masterclass. I was only able to go to one. Hopefully though, Keri will have another one on the West Coast. But that's where you can also build like a lot of in-person connections. I mean, I had some of the best dinners, food wise, but also just people wise, and getting to connect with so many people out there. So if you're looking for a community, along with learning so much valuable information from Keri, I highly recommend it. I joke with people when, I'm kind of promoting to them to get NL certified, that usually when there's like a nutrition or fitness professional, there's a couple things I'm like, oh, don't really agree with them on that one. But with every single video Keri has on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I agree with every single thing Keri's saying. And again, because a lot of it, it's all science backed. So it's also fact versus fiction. But if you're looking for real science-backed nutrition information that can help your clients and just overall wellness, this is definitely the spot to be in. And be with Keri.
Thanks, Kate. Well, I love hearing that. And I love hearing that you love the community, because, I say this over and over. When I talk about our community, I could cry. It's like, it just is, you are all so not only smart and, have this amazing growth mindset and supportive of each other, but you are, I just like, so supportive of each other and so empowering of each other and just so helpful to one another that it's just incredible to see and to witness. I love it. I really, really love it. So anyway, thanks for being part of our community. I'm going to let Emily step in for one moment here just to give you a teeny bit of info about the Nutritious Life certification if you don't know about it. And then continue to ask any questions. If you have any questions over here, definitely ask some questions. We would love to hear from you in the chat. And if not, like I said, you can find us other places. But thanks everyone for being on. And we'll stay on here for a few more minutes after Emily goes through this in case you have a question here.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Kate and Keri. That was great. And like Keri said, Kate, we absolutely love having you in our community. You're such a rock star. It really is so special to have so many different people from different backgrounds and different places in the world just in our community. So for those of you who are on here, and I know some of you are already part of our community, maybe you're new and just wondering kind of what it's more about, wanting to get some information about what to do right now with your practice during this time. So we really hope that was helpful and we provided some good tidbits for you there. But I just wanted to speak a little bit more about our community and the Nutritious Life Studio and what we can offer you. So our program is just the ultimate education experience for nutrition, counseling, business, and for those of you who are on right now, many of you may be Nutritious Life Level 1 certified, and we are so excited to announce that we are opening enrollment for Nutritious Life Level 1 as well as Nutritious Life Level 2 in the next few weeks. So I'll let you know those exact dates when we talk on the next slide. But just a little bit of background about what you'll learn here. As you can see on this slide here, you'll learn more about nutrition, counseling clients, building your business. And specifically in level 1, we have 12 main lessons with 6 expert guest teachers who teach their own lectures that you get after you complete those 12 lessons with Keri. And for level 2, we have 20 modules with over 101 lessons. So to give you a little bit of a picture of what that looks like, level 1 is about 12-week program and level 2 is 6 months. So you're really getting the full education, university level, like they said, science-backed, super great education directly from a registered dietitian about nutrition, counseling your clients, coaching, and building your business. And so many of our graduates have incredible opportunities being a part of this community. So we offer opportunities to write articles on our site. We share those on our social channels. So our audience gets to know you directly and you get to know everyone else in our community. Like Keri said, you get access to our online platform, or you have access to all of us over here at TNS and Nutritious Life. So we're here to help you through all of it while you're taking the course, before you take the course, and after. So you're always a part of our community and you always have access to your lessons and what you learn with us. And then you also have exclusive invitations, just like Kate mentioned, our masterclass. So like she said, maybe we will have one on the West Coast another day. We will see. But we love having everyone join in our masterclass. And that happens typically once a year and is an incredible 2-day person event. So in order to attend that, you will have to be Nutritious Life certified. So that's just another huge perk you get from joining our community. And there's also exclusive other promotions and discounts that are available to alumni, our education courses, and like we said, lifetime access to the entire program. So if you have any questions about that, you can email us at tnsteam@nutritiouslife.com, or you can email me directly at emily@nutritiouslife.com. And like I mentioned before, our enrollment begins on April 13th. So in a few short days, we'll be starting enrollment. So this link that's here, nutritiouslife.com/TNS. If you are already part of our community, thank you so much. And keep an eye out for Nutritious Life Level 2. And that link there will give you access to sign up on the wait list. So you'll be able to secure your spot in our upcoming class and get all the information straight to your inbox. Like Keri said, we're here for you before, during, after the program. We're always looking to build our community more. We love to have you in our program, whether you're a health coach, a chef, a dietitian, a personal trainer, or you're just looking to improve your own wellness and improve your own education. We really would love to have you in our community. So we can't wait to see everyone in our next class. Enrollment opens on April 13th. And like I said, that link there is where you'll find the wait list to sign up. And then our class will begin on April 27th. So it's just a few short weeks. And right now, you're welcome. I just wanted to take a second to go through some questions. So we saw that we had some questions pop up there. So we've got about 10 minutes to go through those. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and we'll go through those questions.
Yeah, thanks, Emily, so much. Really appreciate all that. And Kate, thank you so much for all of your amazing info. So fun chatting with you. It's so funny. I love chatting when any single time I get to meet someone from our community, whether it's on the phone, on Zoom, on, Facebook, on Instagram, or in masterclass, or in real life for coffee. I've met so many of you in person, and it's really like, I'm so happy every time because you're all doing such incredible things. And it's just really, it's awesome just connecting with you all, that you're doing great things, but you're so passionate about what you're doing in this field. And it just, I don't know, it really does. It, like, this is going to sound so cliche and corny, but it warms my heart. But it truly does.
No,
like, it really,
it's true.
It really does. It's
like
so awesome.
This community has really given me that. I mean, and I'm going to speak for myself now, but I'm sure not a lot of us have a lot of other people in our life that are maybe in this space or feel the same way about helping people as we do. So when we all get to connect, it just like gives me life. Like, it just makes me feel so good,
And another thing that we didn't mention was that so many of us also work on our own. Many people in this field work on their own, whether you're a trainer, a chef, a yoga instructor, or, you know, a dietitian, a health coach, whatever. Many people are working on their own in this field, so they don't have people to bounce things off of, and they don't have people to just connect with regularly about these topics. So that's another really, I think, important point about the community aspect. Actually,
And that's
really
when I find, Keri, that's when you start doubting yourself. Like, oh, should I come out with this program? Oh, I'm not sure. You know,
Right.
when you're isolated like that, you start to doubt yourself. But then, you know, you come to a Nutritious Life webinar, the community, and you're like, yeah, I should start that program. Like,
Absolutely. So I'm checking over here before we check out here. I'm just making sure we answered all these questions. I think we answered most of the questions over here in chat. So many nice comments about the community. That's so nice, everyone. Everyone from TNS that's on here. Thank you. We love you all. And if you're not in TNS right now, we hope you will be, and we love you all too. But yeah, I think we answered most of these questions over here. So if anyone has any other questions, you can ask them here right now. Otherwise, we're going to jump off, and we really, oh, someone here is saying, I'm taking your course after BHC. Oh, amazing. And so wish I could join the community. I look forward to when I get to join. Yes, well, you will be part of the community so soon. I'm so excited as well. We're really excited to have you being part of the community. And I hope this got you even more excited. Yay. Oh, and Alicia's asking about a couple ways to drum up business. We'll answer that question. And then I know, Kate, I saw that you had said, you know, starting with family and friends. And I had said to that question about getting new clients, reaching other businesses in your community. But, and I think, I guess the last thing I'll add on that is when you're reaching family and friends too, I don't know where you are. Alicia, I believe your name is Alicia. Yeah, where you are in your business, but giving some sessions for free for practice just to get things started is a absolutely worthwhile investment in your time and energy. So I would absolutely start there.
And it's good. It's good practice. So if you haven't been counseling one-on-one, it's really good practice because your family and friends are going to throw some curveballs at you that you maybe weren't thinking of. And that's where, Keri, the Nutritious Life certification helped so much with just the counseling aspect, because that's always a good reminder. I don't care if you've been counseling, like I had been counseling for a few years at that point, and it's just good reminders because you're going to get different people. And I saw Alicia said our business is open to leaving business cards. I would say most. Just go in, and the best thing is to talk to the owner. If the owner's there, talk to them, because maybe there's a way that you guys can actually work together, whether it is I've done with a few businesses like different giveaways. So we'll give away like a free nutrition session with me, and then they give away, like if they're a hair salon, they'll maybe give away some products. Or with a lot of fitness studios, if you are doing nutrition counseling, that's a great place to start. With some of the local studios here, we've done only their clients get a discount using me. So it's exclusive, and then we'll run like little events, but just go in and talk to them. That's the best way. Some businesses may not be open to it, but definitely try and find businesses that are in the health and wellness space, whether it's like even physical therapists, chiropractor offices, because they all share our same common goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Great points. Well, thank you all so much for joining, everyone. And thank you, Emily, for helping out. And Kate, thank you so much for all of your time, being so generous with your time and with your incredible knowledge and sharing your story. We really appreciate it. And I hope to see some of you in the program. And yeah, just everybody, please stay safe and stay healthy and just stay taking care of yourself. Okay.
All right. Thanks. Bye.